What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and welcome back to another video here on Let's Talk Resident Evil, covering more of the Resident Evil Showcase. This is a screenshot breakdown of all the brand new screenshots and the press release images for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Let's get right into it. Now, this screenshot right here is with Ada Wong with her red turtleneck sweater. I'm not sure if she is rocking the blacktail handgun in this game, but it looks like this is from her interaction with Leon, where she's just asking him, what are you doing here? And you know, we don't really know how their conversation will go in this game, but who knows? Maybe, you know, it won't end in a sunglasses being thrown into a, you know, flashbang that kind of happened in the original. Not sure. It looks like this is happening in the castle, though. But I think Ada looks great, and I think it's the same... And I think it's the same voice actress from Resident Evil 2 Remake, which sounds good. So let's move on here. This right here is in the village here while the Ganados are attacking. Of course, this handgun doesn't have an attachment yet for the laser sight, but it does have the little reticule there. You can get a laser sight later. We do know this from the upgrade merchant screenshots and footage. But again, the shooting in this game looks like it's going to be smoother than ever with the aiming. Now, here's another look at the HUD. This itself has a similar vibe to the Resident Evil 4 Trial Edition, or the early screenshots of Resident Evil 4, where the health bar looked just like this, actually. And there isn't any blocks around the health like there is, but it does look like it can be moved up. And we do know up until this point that there is yellow herbs in here, so they did bring back the yellow herbs for adding health. But you see that little bar under the knife? Well, even the knife has a bar. And this looks like, because the knife can be used for parrying and it can be used for attacking back at the Ganados, it also can be upgraded with the merchant visits, which we also covered in the gameplay breakdown. Now, this, again, looks amazing. I can't say this enough about the village, especially this little part here. It looks just like the original, just rebuilt from the ground up, and it does us justice. This is a great screenshot of Ashley right here. This is when she's probably in the castle. Looks like she's about to break down. She has tears in her eyes. Just a great redesign of Ashley. And again, it's not too far from the original. And I know that... a lot of people are asking her role in this game. How much more will she be around? Will she be separated from Leon as much? Because there's a lot of sections in the game where you are separated from her because she's held captive, or she gets, you know, back in the hands of Salazar, right? So, or Sadler, even. So this right here is the weapon case that we know and love. I like that they gave it a different color and aesthetic this time around than in Village. They did update it a little bit, and I like that. It gives it its own aesthetic. Head for the lake is the objective. Now, judging from the background here, this kind of looks like that little spot right before the El Gigante fight that you climb down the ladder, and the merchant is there underground, where you can also take the little boat back in. That's what this looks like in the background here. And, of course, we have the herbs here and the knife, which all has... you know, space that you can upgrade, because all of these have, of course, weapon case upgrades as you move along through the game. So really good stuff. I'm a fan of how it looks. So this screenshot right here is where Leon runs into and barricades himself from Dr. Salvador with fighting the rest of the villagers. And you also grab the shotgun upstairs. Even the upstairs looks very similar to the original. I mean, all this looks really good, all done from the ground up. So it looks amazing. What can I say? It looks more dingy. It looks more dirty. I like it. This is a great screenshot right here. This is the castle. I love the moonlight in the background. I love the crows sitting on top. This easily looks like the bridge that Leon and Ashley cross that goes into the castle. I'm not sure if they're going to be chased in by a bunch of Ganados, probably. As well as, you know, who knows if the truck will even come downhill, but... this castle, you know, it's going to be a major part of the game like it was in the original. I don't think this will be cut down very much. I think this will be very involved, and it's one of my it probably is my favorite part of Resident Evil 4. And I know this will have a lot of layers to it, just judging from, you know, how many boss fights we'll get, what will happen to Ashley and Luis inside this castle along with Leon. Will we play as Ashley in the castle as well? These are all things that we're wondering as fans. but I love the aesthetic here. I love the shot, and I can't wait to see more. And we're going to see more right now. Right here. This is a great screenshot right here. This is inside the castle. This is probably where Leon finds the cult members doing the seance with the heart and the dagger. That's what this looks like. If not, this could actually be the entrance of the castle. But I love the chandeliers on the top, which looks like you can swing across, considering there's a space between the balconies and the chandelier. Maybe not. We can hope, though. And there's a little ladder on the top left that looks like you can kick down, or maybe Ashley can kick that down for you. Who knows? I love the moonlight shining through the top there and the candles lighting the area. Again, this is everything we wanted to see with this castle. This looks amazing in the RE engine. This right here is Bitores Mendez, the big cheese. I love his beard. I love the top hat, the different color eyes, the popped collar, the necklace. I mean, this guy right here, now with this reimagined look, right? He can compete with Mr. X in a fashion contest. I mean, he's clearly trying to. They both got the top hats. They got the jackets. They're looking snazzy. You know, vote in the comments below. Are you Team Cheese or are you Team X? I don't know. Let me know. But I think there's a lot of theories on whether or not he will actually be an enemy in this that is stalking you. You know, speaking of Mr. X, there is question on whether or not he will be around more in the village or they will still scale him back. We know usually his boss fight is right before the castle, so his section would be kind of finishing off the village section of the first half of the game. Now, I love his design here. I'm happy they didn't change it much. This could be easily where he corners Leon and Luis and captures them. We kind of get a glimpse of his mutated form in the trailer, and again, even that looks very similar. So I can't wait to see the transformation and to see if he's around more often. So Bitores Mendez looks great. This right here is a chainsaw Ganado. Dr. Salvador, as we know from the original Resident Evil 4, there's something very creepy about this, and I think it's the eyes, just the fact that he has these bulging eyes out of the bag there. Is he already mutated? Is he in the middle of mutating? And now how he can chop down boards and make parts of the environment fall. He's definitely a lot more intimidating. And I love the fact that we can parry him and actually have more of a fighting chance when he is in close quarters with us. That's something I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to see if they have the Bella sisters in here as well. That is something we haven't seen yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing more. This is a great screenshot here. This is the first Ganado that wanders down the stairs as Leon discovers the dead officer. And just the crooked neck alone is very creepy in a subtle way, but I love the tentacles coming out of the eyes. They almost look like pieces of hair, but it is actually, you know, it looks like pieces of tentacle or pieces of the parasite popping out of his eyeballs as he's grabbing them. The chat and a lot of people in the comments were saying that it does remind them of The Thing a little bit, and I agree. It is very unsettling, and I like that the Ganados have more of a damaged appearance from time to time, just judging from this guy alone. Now, this is a great example of all of them surrounding Leon and surrounding you. Again, they always communicate with each other. We know this. Even in the original, because they, you know, it said we're going to try to make the AI a lot more, you know, smarter, actually surround Leon. That's what they said in the gameplay. And I even thought in the original they did a good job at doing that too. Of course, some of the AI would be, you know, caught in some bugs sometimes, or, you know, it would be easier to get out of situations. So I think what they wanted to do here is amp that up a bit. And again, I love all the different designs here. I love them with the axe, with the little, with the big ass knife, not even a little knife, a big knife, the pitchfork in the back that the lady has. So this right here, this little mini scythe here that this guy has as well, that's another cool thing. I just love this. I think they will do a really good job with making the AI a lot more involved, especially coming off a village where they were surrounding you and they would do that, but we wouldn't really see the communication and we wouldn't really see them talk to each other and have that back and forth. So I like the fact that they are going to have that here with the Ganados. So this right here is gem trading. This is a treasure map here that you can actually trade if you have the treasure. This is a yellow herb you can get if you have enough treasure. We have the Punisher, which makes a return, which is awesome to see. A yellow diamond, or even a laser sight. So it looks like you can trade treasure for items here. This is something that actually is a really cool feature to add in here. And you see where it says check requests there? I wonder if that means like different things that he's requesting that you can do for, like, I don't know, like shooting medallions maybe, or getting, you know, certain treasures. Maybe there's certain things you can get that are special for the merchant. I wonder what that is. That's actually something I haven't noticed yet. But yeah, another cool feature within the merchant. I'm excited to see what it brings to the game. And this right here is Hunnigan. Hunnigan looks amazing, sounds amazing. This is something that we wanted to see come back. I doubt the radio transmissions will come back in the way that they did. This will probably be more over cutscenes and radio frequency calls. But this is really cool. I'm happy that they did bring her back, and again, looks fantastic. Now this right here gets a little bit more into the crafting menu here, where you have, you know, you can actually craft ammo. You have miscellaneous herbs. Here you can obviously craft the handgun, the shotgun, but we do have the mixed herbs. Double green herb, green and red for a full heal. You also have the green and yellow and red and yellow. And of course, 3 greens make a full heal. But it's really cool that you can craft the yellow herbs and actually, you know, because before you had to find them, you actually had to go around and search for them. And if you didn't find them, it would actually be detrimental to your health because you wouldn't be able to expand on your health meter, right? So I think it's very interesting. And it also looks like with the materials here, it looks like that could be scrap or something like that. That's next to that little icon there. So we see 5+, you know, scrap 1. So it could be materials or whatever that is. I'm not sure. So you do have to gather some stuff. Now, at the bottom where it says case and charm perks. So the case and charm perks you can actually have that are equipped. I know that if you get the deluxe edition or the DLC, you can actually equip that as well. So this is something where this is a new feature, and I'm sure you'll get some from the start if you get certain editions of the game. This one here that we see says that it increases the drop rate of handgun ammo. So I'm sure there's different ones for different perks for weapons and ammo as well. That all has been confirmed. So it's really cool to see the new menu. And it looks like it also has an auto sort, which is nice if you click in L3 or the stick. So that's something that's cool. So this right here is a screenshot of Leon, what looks like to be the cabin, where we may have the cabin fight, where he's questioning Luis and his, you know, his intentions. You know, what does he know? What's going on? And it just looks like the cabin to me. This right here is a shot of Ashley looking upset, Leon looking upset. This looks like it is in the castle at some point. You can just tell from the walls in the background too, even out the window, and just the window in general. So, and the structure and everything like that. So again, looks like it's kind of upping the intensity of how this is affecting these characters, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more scenes with them interacting, and it's going to be bonkers to see what happens with these characters. This is a great shot of Leon and Ashley running in the rain. This house here reminds me of the house where you use the insignia door where Ada shoots through the window. That right there could be that house. I could be wrong. It could be anywhere else in the village. But it's cool to see that we're getting some nighttime rain scenes, because that is something I always thought was really creepy in the original Resident Evil 4, seeing the glowing eyes of the Ganados, hearing the thunder and the rain. This just looks fantastic in the RE engine. You can clearly see the raindrops falling on them and how their outfits get wet and everything. It's just all showcasing the great aspects of how they're going to show the graphics in this game. This right here is a great shot of Leon confronting El Gigante, which is what we all predicted would be in this trailer. El Gigante just looks more mutated. He looks more menacing, looks more like a monster than ever before. And I'm really pleased with this new aesthetic. Now, whether or not we'll actually have, you know, multiple El Gigante fights, I wonder if they're going to do that again. We might just see one Gigante. We might see multiple Gigante. We'll see. But again, I love the look of El Gigante in this, and I'm sure the fight will be very similar if it's in a circle stage like before. This right here is Luis, and this is when he's talking to Leon after they escaped being captured by the Big Cheese, where he's discussing, like, oh, you're looking for someone, so they probably have a discussion, maybe go into their past a little bit, similar to what they did before. I think Luis looks great. I think his model looks awesome, and I can't wait to see what happens in the game. If is he going to make it far? Is he going to make it, not even to the castle? Who's to say? We'll see. This is awesome right here. This is what the merchant does as he poses his cloak for you with all the weapons and ammunition. Buy, tune up, sell, trade. So, again, seeing the merchant back. I love the blue lantern as well. I'm happy they brought that back. His accent sounds awesome. No complaints here. The merchant is badass, and it's awesome to see him come back. So this right here is the parry between Leon and the Chainsaw Man, and I think here it's going to be a big difference with fighting him because now you have this on your side. You have a way to actually fight back, not only against the Ganados, but also the mini bosses like this, and I think it is a really cool feature, and this is just badass. And the fact that you can actually upgrade the durability and repair the knife in the merchant does mean that it does take damage, so it does have somewhat of a balance to it where you can parry. As long as you parry and you're able to take him out soon, you won't burn through your knife really quick. Or maybe you can have multiple knives in your inventory. Who knows? We haven't seen that yet. I wonder how they will handle that. But this is a great shot of the parry, and yeah, we all marked out for this when we saw it on stream. This is a great shot of Salazar snapping his fingers, looking menacing, looking up to no good. What can I say, man? Salazar looks amazing. I love the cracks in the skin. I love the gray hair and the outfit. This is just so Salazar. They really did him justice here, and I can't wait to see if they change his transformation, if we'll see something different, if they'll keep it the same. But this is a great shot of Salazar. I love this. Now, this is more of a look into the items. In the gameplay trailer, I actually got the whole description of the bolt thrower. It looks like there'll be the bows or the bolts that you can get can actually be reused, and there is explosive bolts as well. Maybe that's what that recipe is at the bottom, but this is the bolt action rifle suited for long range sniping, which is what we're familiar with. We have the bolt thrower, the 870 for the shotgun, M1903. We got the scope as well as the attachment, case upgrade, so all stuff that we're familiar with. They also have a check attach case, which is cool because you see like the little bars right there before the currency. That actually shows you how much space it will take up, which is actually kind of cool. So you can actually manage it, and then you can click triangle or Y to check the attach case. So there you go. That's really cool. This right here just goes into what I was saying about the knife. For the tune-up, the knife has a power, so you can increase the power of the knife and the durability. So it has 3 different levels for the power, 3 different levels for the durability. The repair right there says unnecessary, but that's probably because it's a brand spanking new knife, as you can see from the meter that's filled. So as that meter goes down, you can repair it for whatever cost it will be. But it looks like it's 10,000 to do the power, a second level, and durability 5,000. So really cool feature. Your knife is going to be your best friend in this game, so I think it's going to be important to keep those upgrades coming for the knife. So this screenshot right here is Ashley Graham. It's another screenshot of her sitting down on a crate, similar to the old art of her sitting on the barrel in the original game. Not much to say here. Again, the model looks great. I think they did a good job with the lighting and the graphics here. And this does look like the room where Ashley confronts Leon for the first time, where she tries to hit him with the lamp. Not sure, though. This can be a different room, but I just see a bunch of barrels and hay and all that stuff around. So, really cool screenshot. So this looks like another screenshot of the chainsaw Ganado, and this looks like it is the same cabin where Leon grabs the shotgun, but this time there's a dead body on the stairs with the hand dripping blood down the banister, which is just a really cool shot. I'm a big fan of this design. Like I said, I love the eyes bulging out. I love the old school chainsaw. It would have been cool if we got some kind of chainsaw controller, now that I think of it, just as a throwback. But, just wishful thinking. That's the collector in me, just wanting that back. But this is still really cool. I'm excited to see how many of the chainsaw Ganados we face, or if we get the Bella sisters. So this right here is a Ganado villager coming in with the axe. This looks like it's shortly after Leon finds the picture of Ashley kidnapped and he jumps out the window. So this could be the same exact scene. Love the detail here. Love the axe wielding Ganado. And again, I can't wait to see more forms of the Ganados with parasites and everything. This is another great shot. This is just a shot of the villagers getting angry and getting pissed at Leon. They're surrounding him. They got weapons. They're ready to kill. And if this doesn't look menacing, then I don't know what does, especially with what we saw in the gameplay trailer with everything taking place in this little center of the village here. They definitely do a really good job at surrounding you and making you feel intimidated. So this is a different screenshot. This is another character shot of Leon actually holding his knife. And that is the same knife from Resident Evil 2 Remake. We know that now. There was a bunch of stuff of people playing this 20-minute demo that they got their hands on. And we know that Krauser's in the game with his beret. And we also know that Leon has his knife from Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's his Raccoon City knife. So he will probably have this knife throughout the game. It's not a Krauser knife. It is a different knife. As you can tell, it is from Resident Evil 2 Remake. So they did kind of change that. But Leon's looking a little swole here. Leon looks like he's been hitting the reps a little bit, getting the protein powder going. Not bad considering it is a, lived-in Leon, who's been through a lot of shit. And, something they also mentioned in the intro, apparently, to this game, that people played the demo. Apparently, it goes into the whole 1998. I'll never forget it. It does that again, but it also has a more in-depth explanation as to what happened after Resident Evil 2 Remake. And also, he talks about how he was forced into being a government agent, probably because of the information he knew about Raccoon City, and that put him in a position where he just had to go with the flow here and just do what he had to do. So, very interesting with that backstory, with the intro of the game, potentially, that information kind of is out there at this point. So here's a really cool screenshot of Luis with the red 9, with the cigarette. He's smiling, he's probably talking to Leon. This can be the cabin that they're in to fight off the horde of Ganados that attack them. That's what it reminds me of when he has that conversation with Leon and whether or not he can trust him. I feel like they probably, talk about it or go through the stuff of what they're actually trying to do, with this mission. Again, I'm a big fan of the Luis design. Hopefully we get more of him in the game, even if his fate is the same in the castle. Maybe we can get more of him this time around. Who knows? And we have the classic merchant hunched over his table. In the background there, we can actually see the semi-automatic rifle along with the RPG. He has his blue lantern, and he also has a TMP right in the front there. I don't know what handgun he has by his hand. Maybe it's the Punisher. It does look like the Punisher. Maybe we could shoot the medallions to get the Punisher again. I love the backpack on him. I love how his hood kind of covers his face. He still has the mask and everything like that. Really cool. So excited to see the merchant back. And it's kind of cool that he does stuff and move around in the background this time as you upgrade. It's not just a menu that goes over the screen. He actually interacts a little bit. So that's kind of cool. This is Salazar with his right hand, and this is just a great screenshot that really sums up Salazar as a whole, because this is what he's going to look like when you talk to him. He always has his henchmen with him. Verdugo is going to be a fight no matter what. I'm calling it now. They're going to work that in there somehow. And I think it's a really good idea to keep the boss fights similar in the castle, even if they switch it up a little bit and switch up the pacing of some stuff. I think this is the right way to go. I love the lighting here. I love the candles. You can tell he's giving a great introduction. So I'm really curious to see where they actually take this in the castle, what they switch up. But it looks like they're keeping it similar, and I'm happy for that. And I love Salazar's design. So that is it for the screenshot breakdown for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm sure there will be more screenshots that come out, some other stuff that will be, out on other websites here or there, but I'll try to gather them as they come out and we'll talk about them. So don't forget to smash the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and stay tuned as the road to Resident Evil 4 Remake continues.